What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Frontera channel. It's gonna be our first video on this channel. It's not gonna be our last. We're not gonna quit on this. We're gonna keep pushing it, and because we're trying to start our own, I guess, fan group, I guess you can say. But this channel is gonna be mostly about working on cars and spending time with the homies, because that's what we love to do: is buying lemons, buying hoopties, and working on them and giving them our own style. But as you guys can see right here, the title's right there. I bought myself a lemon. You guys might know what lemon this is already because off the Panoramic roof. But before we get into that, I'm gonna show you the car that's gonna be on this channel. The second car that's gonna be on this channel is gonna be this 2002 Honda Civic SI, also known as the EP3. Don't mind all the trash on it. I have it. This car I've been storing for a while. I think it's been stored for like a year or something like that. I did a lot of stuff on this car off camera, obviously, because it's gonna be our first video. I even post anything on Instagram as well. The previous owner has this car and he told me it was his baby. I don't think it really was his baby because the car was very bad. The motor was leaking so much oil from the head gasket and from the valve cover gasket and from the oil pan. Not that good. Also, the radiator wasn't working, the fans weren't working. This car was overheating so bad when I got it, but I got a great deal on it. Once you get a great deal on something, you cannot let it go. You gotta take that deal and push with it. But this car will be on the channel in the near future. It is a manual. If you guys didn't know what the SI drivetrain is, it is a manual. So all you guys who love manual, stick around. This car is gonna be in there. So we're gonna have some cool POVs with this car. The second car is gonna be on this channel. I'm gonna pop a picture right here. It's a 2013 Dodge Dart 1.4. That's my best friend's car. That car is kind of cool. I was thinking of buying one of those if I couldn't get the 300. Oh, I wasn't supposed to tell you what I got. Get this lemon, and then that was my third option. I'm gonna be honest with you, it was my third option because I really wanted a second gen Charger, but I couldn't find a good deal on them, so I went back to this car. But the car that I bought, that is a lemon, that I already told you what it was. It is a 2012 Chrysler 300. This car is beautiful. I don't know what to say. This car is so gangster. I love how this car looks overall. Even though it got the crappy rims at the moment, it got a lot of chrome. Don't worry, all this stuff gonna get deleted. It does have Bond on it. Car was hit. Bumper ain't fitting right on both sides of the car. It has a little bit of rust down here. Don't worry about that. I fixed some of it. It has some Bondo on the fender. It got the ugly front end, but don't worry about that. And don't worry about it because that's a cool thing about this car. And before I get into the rest, shout out to Fast Life Nick, to Bobby, and to the Fast Life crew overall, to be honest, for making me fall in love with this car. Like I said earlier, I really wasn't looking for a 300. I was looking for a second gen Charger, but once I saw what they can do to this car, the swaps and all that stuff, changing the bumper, changing the hood on this car, it opened my eyes and showed me there's so much you can do to this car. It's low-key like a Civic, because in a Civic you got a lot of motor swaps you can do. You can do B series, you can do K series, you can do H, you can do J, and then obviously you can change all the wheels from other cars. You can make it all-wheel drive, just front-wheel drive like it always is. There's so much stuff you can do to these cars, and I kind of like that you have the capability to customize your own way. And every 300 has their own style. But let's show you what's motored under this car. I hope you guys are ready for this because this thing is the gangster. Are you guys ready? 3, 2, 1. Look at that Scat Pack motor. Side note, it's not a Scat. It's a V6. I know you guys are gonna be like, why'd you get a V6? Well, I could have got the 5.7, but I decided to get the V6 because I drive a lot. I drive a lot, actually. I drive about 40 miles a day. Take my brother to work and I do my own errands. Then I gotta go pick him up at night and drive him back. It's a lot of stuff I gotta do. So I got the V6 because of that reason. It saves a lot of money on gas. The 5.7 is cool because there's a lot of modifications you do to it. But I don't know. I wanted to get a good shell. And it's kind of crazy if you're saying that because this car is not a great shell. It always has a little rust. It has a little dings here and there. The quarter panel is kind of cooked because you can tell by fiberglass, and this doesn't line up at all. But that's the reason why we got this car because it was a great deal, and why not? You can't let a good deal go off your hands because, come on, this car was listed for $8,000, and I got it for $450. Personally, that was a great deal. But let's get to the history of this lemon because that's what you guys are all here about. That's why you click the title. So I got this car from Patterson, New Jersey. I don't live near in Patterson. I went to school near there in Morristown, New Jersey. I kind of knew the area. I currently live in way more south of Jersey, like Cherry Hill side. And when I went to go see this car in person, I kind of saw the flaws already on it. But my main concern was the motor. Is it gonna drive good? I don't want to buy a car that's gonna leave me stranded low key. Cause all the cosmetic stuff, it's fine. You can always swap it out. Cause like I told you earlier, I'm gonna do some stuff to this car later on. I'm not gonna tell you right now, but there's a lot of stuff that's gonna be happening to this car. But as I test drove this car drove great. Suspension was great. There was no brake sounds, no overheating, all that stuff. Once we decided to pay the guy for the car, I couldn't get no tow trucks out there or trailers. Nobody wanted to come to Patterson. I don't know if they were scared or something. So we decided to drive the car at night. It took us 3 hours to get home in this car because we had to go locally. I'm not trying to go on the highway with this car with any plates on it. So the next day, when I got this car, I looked down, like, you know, in the sun, sometimes nighttime you look at a car, it don't look too hot. But I looked at the next morning, I was like, this car looking good. It's not that bad. Me and my pops went to go register this car. I went to go pick up my brother with this car right away because we both love this car. So I wanted to go show it off to him, show him like, look, finally got the 300. I kid you not, once my brother got into this car, the car started overheating. And rapidly, it was like instant. I'm like, bro, I drove 3 hours in this car the day before. Nothing happened to this car. Why out of nowhere this car's overheating? Also, the power steering started feeling junky. It was so stiff, it felt like the car didn't even have power steering. This car's a big boat. To not have power steering in this car, oh man, you need a good arm workout. Also, the brakes started acting up. The catching point was so low in this car, I felt like I didn't even have brakes. Luckily, this car's an all-wheel drive, so the brakes kind of balance itself out from the rears and the front. So I'm like, bro, I really bought a lemon. When I pulled over in the middle of the highway, in the shoulder, I really looked at my brother and like, yo, I really bought myself a lemon. But I like buying cars like this because, like I said, you get good deals out of it, and they're always gonna come with flaws, and that gives you a reason to fix stuff and change stuff up. Cause look, this car has a messed up bumper. I'm gonna change this bumper and these tail lights on and put the 2015 rear end to this car. The front bumper is cooked, so I'm gonna put the S bumper on this car. The side skirts are cooked, so I'm gonna put the Charger side skirts on it. I low-key like the Charger side skirts better than the regular 300. That's just me. And the car is a V6, and that's gonna get swapped out too in the future. But right now, we're gonna work on fixing the car, make it drivable because I need this car to be running. So stick to the next video. We're gonna fix the heating problem on this car. Yeah, because I can't have this car sitting in the garage anymore. I need to be driving this car because that's the reason why I bought this car. So if you're new to this channel, I hope you would like to stay and watch all the process of these cars. Because it's going to be fun. Every day is going to be a different type of car. Well, every video we post is going to be hopefully a different type of car. We're going to get better. We're going to open up more. So it's not going to be just me. It's going to be my homie as well. So I hope you stick around. And I hope you join us from Dead Eye Crew. And I'm going to catch you on the next one. Peace.
I'm through with this bride. I'm finna go ahead and marry the diamond. She got too many flaws. Look at my VV.